So in this video, I want to share with you a simple monitoring script that if you have a network that's not very big and you want to just run a simple script to monitor your switches and routers, firewalls, if they're up and down. What I have here is two routers that are configured with an VirtualBox host-only adapter, and therefore their IPs are on 192.168.56. And I'll show you how that is looking like. But when you go to a config prompt, what you do is you do ipconfig, and then you'll see that you have a VirtualBox adapter. This is a VMware because I've got a VMware player, and your VirtualBox adapter would be here. It's going to say VirtualBox adapter, and that's the IP it's getting. So once you configure your VOSs on that setting, so for example, in this case, I have Ethernet 0 configured on that VirtualBox host-only adapter. So if you go to the settings for this guy, network, host-only adapter, VirtualBox, okay? And then on the Ethernet, you're just going to say config set interface E0 address DHCP. I've already got this, so here's the address it's getting from the DHCP, and here's the address this router is getting from the DHCP. Same thing, VirtualBox address. Subnet is 192.168.56, 192.168.56. So VirtualBox adapter is on 56.1. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to ping them with this script of mine. And before I do that, what I have, I do a Control A, Control C, and I paste it. And it's monitoring my two routers. And this is just an example again. Now there are open source free software that will give you a lot more, but if you don't want to go through the hassle of downloading and installing all that stuff, you can write a simple script to monitor your network with ICMP. So now if this router goes down, I paused it, and it's going to immediately show me a red mark that this guy is down and this guy is up. I'm going to pause this guy, and you'll see now I have two routers down, and it's going to tell me my routers are down 113, 126. I'm going to bring back my 113 up, and my 113 should go green as soon as it resolves the ARP. Sometimes it's going to take a while before the ARP is resolved, so it may take a little while. I'm going to bring back this guy up as well, and wait till he tells me 126 is back up. Didn't take much to resolve. 113 ARP is taking a little while, but it would resolve eventually to show that it's up. But this ARP thing is most likely because of the virtual environment that I'm running. If in a real environment the ARP is not going to take this while, it's going to be pretty much immediate, where it's going to show that your router is up as soon as it comes up. There you go. 113, 126, all are up. Again, like I said, I brought this up a few seconds ago, but it was still showing down because, again, it's a virtual environment. It's flaky and it's not accurate. But this simple script can show you right away in red if something is down, and green that everything is looking good. The script is right here. It's a PowerShell script, basically doing a count of 2. It's just a variable. I was just counting thing, but I don't think I'm using this variable, so you can ignore this one and this one as well. So yeah, I'm not using, I was just playing with it. Oh, sleep count, yeah, I am using this one. I'm not using the flag. So I can eliminate this guy, and this is the sleep count. You don't have to use it. I'm just using this variable to put a constant sleep count across my script. Whatever the sleep count is, it's going to sleep for that many seconds. Here's my while loop that goes on indefinitely, -1 for each IP in get content IPS.log, and that's where my IPs are. So let me show you that. I break the script, Control C, type IPS.log. I have 2 IPs configured here. Basically, put in here, you can put all your IPs here in an IPS.log file, and then it basically goes and picks up this content, and for each IP it's going to do this. And for this is your command, so this variable is basically a command that takes in this command ping IP, this variable right here, and it says for each IP in get content inside the IPS log file, which is right here, do a ping once, count of 1. If this content or this command, the content of this command matches TTL, which you see when you do this, 192.168.56.126. So when you ping, wrong IP address, 56. So when you ping, you see the TTL. Sometimes you will see a reply from a different host and it may give you a wrong message. So you need to look for, I look for TTL. That means it's responding back. You can also look for time. So if the content has TTL in it, then I'm turning the green, the font color into green. And then I'm saying echo IP is up. And this variable is obviously I'm reading this right here within the file, from the file. Right? Just like how it says the IP. Then I'm going to sleep for this variable number, which I'm setting to 2. So if I want to change, I don't have to go change it everywhere. I just change it here for 3 seconds, 1 second, or whatever. And then I'm clearing this variable. It helps, but I'm just putting it as a best practice. You may try it without it, it may work. So clear the variable C, which is this guy, and then it goes back. And if it's down, if it's not matching this guy, this statement, it's going to say, okay, turn the color into red and echo IP is down. Sleep count 2, clear the variable, I'm not using this. And then that's it. End of for each, end of while, and that's my script right here. It's let me pull this down so that you can get a full snapshot of this script. That's my script right here. I'm going to take a Control A, Control C. There it is. I go pause my machine, and it's going to say 113 is down. 113 takes ARP. Sweep time to bring the ARP down. Sometimes it comes back up, but you know, when the ARP timer, basically 4 minutes in a real world, but in the virtual world it could be anything. But if you go a little longer, you just saw that it gets stuck and it takes its sweet time to bring it up. And it's going to go down. Let's wait for a second or two. Bring this guy down. And he's going to say he's down too. Now bring this guy up. 13 is up. So it's completely unpredictable in the virtual world, but in the actual physical network, you'll see that this would behave much better in terms of letting you know what's up and what's down. So now this one is, taking its sweet time. So, but bottom line is that you have a very simple script. You can have a monitor running, a small computer that's going to run this script for all of your IPs that you're trying to monitor, whether it's a server, switch, firewall, router, what have you, and you can quickly see which one is up or down. Again, there are a lot of software that can do this for you, but if you want to avoid downloading the software, open source, patching them, keeping them, maintaining them, you have a simple script to kind of give you what's up and what's down in your network. Hope this helps.